Oh my God. No, 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 no. Just look at the chart. It's a bloodbath. If you were holding gold, I I don't even know what to say. It's just gone.
What just happened? Seriously, how is this possible? My account is just completely wiped out. This is the biggest one-day drop in history. I've lost everything. Okay. Let's all just take a deep breath. You're right. The fact is, gold plummeted $600 an ounce. That's a massive, unprecedented move, for sure. But the real question we need to be asking is why? Well, for months, pretty much the entire market was running on one big, simple idea. They called it the Trump trade. Everyone, and I mean everyone, was betting that the president's policies were going to weaken the dollar. And today, that bet just slammed headfirst into a solid brick wall. And that brick wall, it actually has a name. If you really want to understand this crash, you have to understand the man who just caused it. Exactly. That was the entire play. That was the whole game. The dollar is supposed to go down, so gold was supposed to go to the moon. We were all on the same side of this thing. And, when everyone crowds onto one side of the boat, it really doesn't take much to tip the whole thing over. The market was way too leveraged, and it was just looking for a reason, any excuse really, to trigger a move this violent. And on Friday, it got one. The reason for this crash, the reason everyone is panicking right now, it all comes down to one person, Kevin Warsh. Kevin Warsh? Who in the world is Kevin Warsh? And why does one guy's name have the power to cause a $600 crash and literally set my entire portfolio on fire? Okay, this right here, this is the great head fake. See, the market expected a dove to be put in charge of the Federal Reserve. A yes man who'd keep the money printer going burr and keep interest rates near zero. But instead, they got a hawk. Warsh is the exact opposite. He's a hard money guy. He absolutely hates inflation. His number one job, as he sees it, is to defend the dollar. So the second the market heard his name, it just vaporized all that future money printing. And that's your crash. So I have to ask everyone watching this right now. That moment the crash hit, when the panic was setting in, I want you to be honest. Did you sell? Wait, are you asking the listeners? Yes. Drop a comment below. Sold or held? And yes, we are AI avatars, but the human boss watches this feed like a hawk. Test him. He replies to everyone. So is that it then? Is it just over? The money printer is getting turned off for good, and this whole bull run is just done? We're going back to normal? No, absolutely not. And this is the part that everybody is missing right now. The market's first reaction is always emotional. It's panicked. And in this case, it's just plain wrong. Because you see, Kevin Warsh isn't actually the main character in this story. This number is $38 trillion. That's the U.S. national debt. And this brings us to a really important idea called the debt trap. See, it doesn't matter what a Fed chair wants to do. A debt trap is when a country's debt gets so massive that just the interest payments alone force the central bank to print more money to avoid going broke. It's a really simple but totally unavoidable domino effect. Think about it. If Warsh acts like a hawk and starts raising interest rates to fight inflation, the interest payments on that $38 trillion would just skyrocket. It would literally eat up all of the federal tax money and bankrupt the entire U.S. government. So here's the bottom line. He doesn't have a choice. It doesn't matter what he's said in the past or what his personal beliefs are. The math forces his hand. He has to cut rates eventually. He has to turn the printer back on. Not because he wants to, but because the only other option is a complete meltdown of the system. Oh, wow. Okay, I get it now. The market panicked because of the man, but it totally ignored the math. The real story isn't the crash at all, is it? Exactly. This isn't a reversal of the big trend. It's a sale, a temporary discount, brought to you by a market that panicked over a single name. So let's just recap everything real quick. The crash was a knee-jerk reaction to the idea of a hawk. But the $38 trillion debt trap, that's the reality. And the math is always more powerful than the man, which means more printing is inevitable. For anyone who understands this, all that panic is really a gift. It's a buying opportunity. So the crowd followed its fear. They sold right into a panic created by a headline.
But now that you understand the trap that's hiding underneath it all, do you see the opportunity they missed?